Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Anil Joshi. Welcomes you to my series that is Iconology and Temple Architecture Perspectives. Today's topic is Mahakota, Pattadakkal. All this information I have collected through photographs and videographs by going to the site, talking to the people there, taking the help of guide. They gives you excellent information and I personally have analyzed them. Then I bring these photographs back to me. Why I take photograph? I can view them in detail once I come back to my office, and then I come to some conclusions which I am sharing with you. Now this all information I personally feel that you should verify, you should go to site, analyze it and try to come out with something more than what I come across and give it to your next generation. With that brief, let's get going to today's topic. And today's topic is one of a very holy place which is worshipped by many people. It belongs to Mahakota group of temples. Then it is located in Mahakota village. Village is situated in Bagalkot district of Karnataka state. It is very easy to approach. You can approach from Belgaum, Hubli and also from Bagalkot or from Bishpur. Now, it is important place of worship for Hindus and is located of a well-known Shiva monastery. It is actively worshipped. Some days of a year are auspicious and lot of people gather there and they offer their pujas and their all sorts of wishes to the god to get some good for them. The temples are dated to the 6th or 7th century of CE, were constructed by early king of the Chalukya dynasty of Badami. Then the dating of temple is based on the style of architecture which is similar to that of temples in the Aihole and information in the notable inscription in the complexes. The Mahakota pillars inscriptions dated 595 to 602 written in a Sanskrit language and Kannada script. Once you find local languages coming, I think the date comes to more than 7. But here it is dated as around 600. So though it is in Kannada, it is from around 600th century. Now an old inscription of Venapoti, a concubine king of the Vijayaditya, dated between 696 to 733 CE and written in the Kannada language. The script is available in Kannada language and see it is now more than 700. So that time the Kannada was old Kannada in which the prescriptions, these inscriptions are written. Now Mahakota complex has provided histories two important 7th century inscriptions. The Mahakota pillar inscription dated variously between 595 to 602 records a grant made by Durlabha Devi, a queen of Pulakeshi, the father of King Mangesha. The queen supplemented an early grant with endowment of the 10 villages including Pattadakkal and Aihole to god Mukteshwaranatha. So this grant of village was giving them source of income. The pillar goes by the name Dharma Jastambha, that is the pole which is called as Dharma Jayastambha, on which they write inscriptions. The pillar of victory in that region and is an exhibition at a Bishpur archaeological museum. So if you happen to go that side, to visit it. In addition, the inscription provided important information about Chalukya lineage, their military expeditions and conquest and early monuments. The other inscription ascribed to Venapoti, King Vijayaditya, combined is inscribed in the porch of the Mahakoteshwar temple. It describes a grand rubies and a silver umbrella to deity Mahakoteshwara in addition to the piece of land. So piece of land also and ornaments also was given, and that inscription has been mentioned, but most of the inscription describes about the donations. Now what to watch out: no visitor allowed to dump garbage at the historical pilgrimage site. It's a very crowded place. Mahakota temple is protected by zonal authorities, and they have set some rules for the tourist sites. Moreover, causing harm to the historical property by engraving any messages is punishable. So you will not find such thing there. Now how to reach there? Bagalkot district is well connected to different parts of Karnataka via road, railways and airways. It can be reached by state run buses, then express trains and flights. Communicating with city can be done by local transit like bus sharing shuttles that are available here. Now let's go to the overview of the temple. Despite being located in the quiet region, Mahakota temple is frequently by pilgrimage on a daily basis. So it's extremely crowded place. Lot of pilgrimage comes daily basis also, monthly basis also and yearly basis also. It dates back to 6th or 7th century and was constructed by the early Chalukya rulers and is known for a Shivite monastery that we'll see when we'll see the temple, the architecture, then Nandi has to be present and other things. Better known by the name of Mahakota group of temples. This place is a well-known historical site in Bagalkot, Karnataka. There are no Kuta projections which are essential for South Indian Vimanas. So Vimana is different here. And once the Viman change, the style changes, and that is the best part of Pattadakkal, and I hope that you will see a lot of different variations. Then octagonal cupola indicate dravidian system, so combination of both. There is separate Nandi Mandap and internal ambulatory path. Both are again South Indian. Nandi Mandapam is different from the main temple or Sabha Mandapam. Introduction of vestibule is seen here for the first time, which is a very common. In between the Garbhagriha and Sabha Mandap, there is a small place, and that is called as a vestibule, and that was introduced from this age, and that was carried to almost all the temples. So vestibule introduction is a unique feature of these temples here. Presence of Sukhasana and Kakashana indicate North Indian influence. Both are there in North Indian temples, that is Sukhasana and Kakashanas. That is a place for sitting. The Shikhara is well defined and multi-storied. They have got steps. So it has got more influence of North India. Now it is known for Mahakota group of temple is popular for architecture. All shrines that stands here are constructed in the Dravidian and Nagara styles of architecture. The temple built in Dravidian architecture have a tiered towers cupola with a dome-like structures, whereas the one erected in a Nagara style have a curvilinear tower with ribbed stone domes. All these details, we have got different lectures covering all these things. Do visit our lectures or find a link at the end for the temple designing architecture of North India and South India and differences. Amid the entire group, the temples of the Mahakoteshwara and Mallikarjuna are the largest. Best time to visit is the temple complex of Mahakota is a sea of inscriptions that are related to the times of Pulakeshi II and can be very interesting for those who loves history. The post-monsoon visit to Mahakota temple is considered to be best. The refresh surrounding and a cool weather makes it comfortable for visitors and gives them time to explore the temples. The entry fee is charged for visitors and photography is prohibited. Now in the temple premises, there are multiple temples. They are of different styles. Outside there is a huge space for parking also, as well as for people to take a rest. Then there are a lot of eating houses, because this temple is visited by a lot of villagers. So a good place to relax, a calm, quiet, though it is crowded, spacious parking, lot of visitors, not only on auspicious day, but for every day. You will find lot of good trees, good greenery around also and here also. There are certain things which are reserved for festivals.
We are in the Mahakota temple complex. This is near Badami and also near Aiholi, so also it is near Pattadakkal, maybe in between these three. This is a temple complex. Mainly what we are seeing are the Shiva temples. Now this is one of a well retained temple. We can see Nandi. Here regular pujas and rituals are going on. But if we can closely observe, this differs from the Dravidian type of architecture. Now we'll see the Kalash. Look at this Kalash. It's definitely different.
But extremely well kept. The archaeology department has done good job. This is the exterior outside when we just enter the temple. This is once we enter the temple, little inside. See the shikharas here. You will distinctly find a different type of architecture here, what we discussed just now. So all mixing of different varieties. Like I told you, antram was introduced in the temple the first time. Now this is a Nandi Mandapam and Nandi waiting outside. That is the Shiva temple has to be, since Nandi is there and it is outside. Nandi Mandapam is outside the Shiva temple. Now shikharas you can make out, there is North Indian dominance in it. This shows multiple layers, multi-tiered, and all are well defined. If you see on the top there is a stupika and not kalasha. It's a stupika, nicely decorated. You can make out that there are a lot of renovations has taken place. Now look at this temple which is showing the Shikhara, that is a Sangameshwara temple with nagara sculpture. It is at Mahakota. Of course we are discussing same topic. Different deities. There is active worship going on. Now there is a kunda also where the people take bath, holy bath, and then they go for darshanam. Now with that we are coming to end of this lecture. I thank you for giving me your valuable time. I try to explain you why this temple is important. Not only the first time introduction of vestibule, but also the North Indian certain aspects which are seen in this Dravidian temple. So it's an excellent mixture and is also important from inscriptions point of view, that gives us excellent information not only about the people who has donated but also about the historical aspect. Thank you, goodbye and take care.